Yo, what's up, everyone? Give it a second. Yo, Swordman, what's up, dude? Yeah, we're gambling. Been gambling a lot. What's up, dude? How's the gold farmer treating you? And the new computer? That's tight. Or new parts, at least. Mic check, mic check. Okay, yeah, it's working. All right. Wasn't sure if I unmuted, actually. Taking a break now and trying to trying out the dot build a bit again. Now that I have an easy gold farm build. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going. Well, I have a structure for the build I want to do, and I'm gonna incorporate that cape just to have it. But my main dot is just gonna be probably poison, and then maybe if I use the bow, I'll have 2 dots. But that's still like better than going feeling like 10% mob HP every second or something. However fast dots tick. I assume they're every second. I'm not going full on dots, even though I think it could work. The screen might be lagged? Why do you say that? I'm looking at a bone helmet of mana. I'm looking at an assault mantle of blaze. Okay. That's weird. The video was frozen, but I reloaded and it's good. Okay, well at least there's that. Not sure what happened. That's a weird one. Could have been Twitch as well. Who knows? I think you're the first person here. think my goal with the build is going to have at least 4 sources of dots to trigger the cloak off of. That'd be pretty tight. I think you can definitely do it. What class are you trying to do it as? Knight. For skewer. Yeah, skewer's an easy one, probably. I assume we're gonna go whirlwind for 2. And then after that, is when things start getting a little complicated. But I mean, you could always use the Ferocious Affinity sword for that damage over time. So that would be an easy 3. If you went Ranger, it would be like Poison, Ferocious Affinity. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if Skewer Edge counts as a dot, but it'll be a huge AoE for hitting everything. I haven't messed around with too much Skewer. I haven't touched the Knight since basically 40. Skewer, Whirlwind, Butterfly Sword versus Affinity Rune. That's right. And then Fire. Oh yeah, Burning. Oh, that's alright. I haven't been able to find good rings or a good cloak. Or a cape. I guess it's a cape in this game. Yeah, good rings or a cape. So that's mainly what I'm looking for. I'm trying to hold on to like anything decent I find. Alright, let's see. 733 armor. Do I have a better one? Or a worse one? 752. Alright, so that one's worse. It does have retaliation. But... And then a boot with a raw damage. Do I have better than 266? 266. 265. It is better. Aha. Let's see. Skewer says every time you damage a skewered enemy, you do the same amount every other skewered enemy. So it might not count as a dot, but it should make it that every dot, when every enemy hits every other enemy with skewer, assuming it works with dots. That'd be pretty nutty. Depending on what it means by when you do damage, if it has to be a hit or if it can be a dot, that would be like a big thing. Because I don't know what counts as you doing damage and what counts as like, you know, secondary damage that isn't technically you, it's the poison's damage. It's not your character's damage. So that'd be like the first thing I would try to figure out. What is this song? Who put this in here? This thing is whack. Skip. I don't see a way to get rid of it, like, easily. I don't feel like listening to that one. Skip. Sure. Alright. Oh, Flavo 1. We're doing pretty well. We're chilling. Talking about builds and stuff while we sit here and gamble. How are you doing? That's a +6? That's kind of surprising. The triple exclamation point mana. Feeling a little sleepy, but I'm alright. I gotta do some gambling. I'm good, thanks. Just picked up Slurmancer a few days ago and I'm enjoying it a lot. The game is a hidden gem. I think a lot of people would like it if they tried it out. It's just, I'm not sure why it's so unpopular or just hasn't got out there. I guess because it's in early access still. I know there's like a huge boom of people that played when it first came out. And now it seems like there's a steady stream of like new players checking out the game. But I can't figure out how to get the Filtratron to work. It's not too bad. It takes a second to get used to. Let's go see. Take a quick break from gambling. Stop my addiction. Alright. So what you would do... It just depends what you want in these settings. So I have it to where I'm hiding normal items unless they're reinforced 8 or higher. And then when they drop, they're going to be fragments if they're hidden. You could keep them if they have pure stats or highlighted, but this is what I do. And the same thing with these. You can do it from your inventory too, just in the bottom right? What? Oh. Well, I walked over here for nothing. Oh well. I guess what's not working with it? Oh, do I actually have to hide the different classes of loot for it to work? Yeah, so if you're not hiding the items, they're just gonna drop normally. But basically, you're saying, I don't want these items to drop, instead they're gonna drop as fragments. And then you can do exceptions to that. If it has a pure stat, you can have it drop anyway. Same with highlight and reinforcement level. So I have everything hidden unless it's like really good. Oh, that song's too slow. No, thank you. Oh, shit. That should be it then? Nice. Figured it out. By the way, you're a bit quiet in comparison to other sounds, so that may as well be my setup. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I might be a little low compared to the music and whatnot. Maybe I was mumbling a bit. I could have been. Looks like just the music might be a little too loud. Let me turn it down one. That was too many. There we go. Let's try that. See if that's better. Nice. Okay. So the music was just probably too loud. Which every song's a little different, so it's a little wonky to try to balance around. I just started streaming again kind of recently. So I'm sure some of the settings are still all over the place. What kind of games do you enjoy streaming? Lately, just Slurmancer has been like the main thing I've been playing. Before that, I used to stream like some card games. I also have done Here's a Hammerwatch, which is like an indie game. I probably should have streamed Vampire Survivors, but I just played it a bunch off stream. That would have been a good one. And then I played like a bunch of other different indie games, but nothing really caught on as much as Here's a Hammerwatch and Slurmancer. Like I tried Monster Train, that one was fun. Slay the Spire. I did some other card game that I can't think of the name of anymore. Oh, Vault of the Void was the name. I mean, it was pretty fun, but I didn't like sink a ton of time into it because there really just wasn't any people weren't really interested in it. And then I started playing other games, so oh, I also play Path of Exile, so ARPGs are pretty up there for me. I've done some Diablo leagues, but I more often than not don't play Diablo. But every now and then I'll play a season or something. So I guess to answer your question more directly, games that don't get the attention they deserve. Where I feel like I actually have something to contribute. Whereas if I'm streaming like World of Warcraft, I don't feel like I have much to contribute because the game is like solved. Where with this game I can make my own builds and own strategies and kind of push that out there for there to be content on the game because there's really just not a lot of content on the game. Sounds pretty similar to my taste. Nice. The indie games and ARPGs with a little bit of like card games, but I haven't found a good like online card game in a while. I used to play Hearthstone, but between Blizzard doing Blizzard things and how like much money they try to squeeze out of card game players, kind of haven't felt like playing it or Magic. Prices are insane just to like play the game. And I mean, I like experimenting and like playing like everything, so it makes it even more expensive, but instead I just don't play. But to be honest, mainly I only play PoE, except not this league. Yeah, I played for a good while this league. I might be a little bit of a contrarian, so I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. And like fully made out my character and was like, having a good time. But then I started reading like more and more threads, and anytime I would like watch a video, it'd all be negative. So there's just like a bunch of negative energy around it, and it honestly made me not want to play just because everyone was being so negative, even though I was having a good time. But at the end of the day, I also didn't want to burn myself out for next league, and like the league was pretty similar to standard, but I really didn't even mess around with the league mechanic because I watched like a YouTube video and it's like, oh, it's not even worth doing. I was like, okay, it's not worth doing. I'm just not going to do it. And I don't know. It's kind of like a, I guess, bad way to look at things. Should have tried it out anyway. But they gave it like a ton of buffs, and I was still seeing like videos of like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm just like, okay, not going to do it then. I never did. But then I heard Slowmancer has their little Forge update out. So I've been playing that, and it's awesome. Don't have to worry about trade or what other people are doing. I just get to do my own thing. Same, it dragged me down pretty badly. I stopped playing after like 3 days because of all the negativity. Yeah, it's crazy because like in a vacuum, if when I was interested in playing a game, I didn't like consume media. Like if I'm interested in playing, World of Warcraft, I'm gonna watch a World of Warcraft stream, or I'm gonna go and watch some YouTube videos and all that, and just get some more stuff, see some more ideas. But when you did that for PoE, everyone was just like shitting on the game constantly, and if that wouldn't have happened, I would have had a great time. But since it was that way, I was not having as good of a time as I could have, and yeah, felt kind of bad. Because I still like the game. It's just all the negativity made me feel like, why am I playing this dog shit game, When it's not a dog shit game. It's crazy. They got in my head. So what's the plan for this build? I'm torn between two different Reapers. I'm torn between this one here, the Vindictive Slam one, and building towards every aspect of it. And I'm torn between Ferocious Affinity. But I can talk about like my general idea so far. I don't really have gear made currently because I'm being a Papega and trying to get pure stats on all my gear, so I have to get less of them. So I can make best in slot gear basically, and yeah, feel good about reinforcing them forever. And I'm just missing a couple things that aren't triple pure. And once I have that, I will start the build. But basically, looking at doing Void Arrow. I've always wanted to play Void Arrow. Void Arrow looks cool. This one here, you get damage equal to twice your fork chance. So I'm going to try to get as much fork chance as possible. Ideally just 100 though, and that will give me 200% increased damage. But part of me is like, maybe I shouldn't even scale the damage of it, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then I'm reducing the mana cost because it's a little too high right now, even with Leech. So if it gets to the point where I can deal with it, I'll switch to this one. And I'll say Void Arrow now be charged to 600% charges, which is just going to be a ton of damage. Next, I want to use Wormhole. So this puts a debuff on the enemies. And it doesn't do anything yet. The thing it does is in the next line. So whenever you kill an enemy affected by Wormhole, the closest non-boss enemy is instantly absorbed into oblivion. And, I mean, that includes elites and everything. So I think at worst, this is just 100% increased damage, because it just automatically kills something next to it. There is the case of, like, if there's only one enemy, you have to just sit there and shoot it. But that's that. And then the last line we have, while tormented, Void Arrow charges instantly, and up here that would be instant 600% extra damage. And then Finesse or whatever skill can get me tormented the fastest, because torment you have to go back and forth. So that's the idea there, and I want to use this, what is this called? This is a specialization. I want to use the Architect of Death specialization. And the reason is 100% of my evasion will give me max mana. So I'll be stacking evasion to get mana. Increase area size. I don't know if I'm actually going to use that, but there's nothing else to pick here. If I do a Vindictive Slam, it might increase the area. I'm not 100% sure because it's a proc. If your Serenity should be lowered by 2, it's lowered by 3 instead, so it just helps me get into Torment faster, so I can do 600% charged arrows faster. That's the idea at least. Which I might just skip all of that and just literally just shoot the Void Arrow, not worry about charging it. This gives me increased Ellie damage because I want to go Elemental. Arrow Shot, Rain of Arrows, Void Arrow, and Immortal Arrow apply poison, so that's how I'm getting poison into the build, which I'll use with the Soul Mantle Cape to deal the damage over time. This node here, you have plus elemental resistance. Elemental resistance is equal to your Ellie damage. So I get to stack Ellie damage and get Ellie resist, which is like huge. And then I get to stack evasion and get mana. And if I use Ferocious Affinity, as I stack mana, I will get elemental damage. And that will give me resist, which sounds pretty crazy. So that's why I'm torn between the two Reapers. I think it'd be more fun to do Vindictive Slam, but I feel like Ferocious Affinity might be better. I might actually go with that, but we'll see. I'll try both. This one gives my Void Arrow 10 Pierce, 10 Fork, 10 Rebound, and this one is either 1 Life Leech, or when I'm tormented, I will ignore the first time my Serenity should be increased, which basically means I'll be able to do a fully charged Void Arrow, and then if I'm paying attention, I can do a second one without it messing up, but I'll probably just go for Life Leech for the extra stat and consistency. So that'd be the idea of the build. And as far as the attributes go, I probably try to go over here and get the Evasion Multiplier if I can afford it. That's a long way for 17%. Outside of that, I'll go get more Elemental Resist, I guess. Maybe go down here for the Elemental Resist Multiplier, but have to be hit. So I don't know. Ancestral Strike Chance, Critical Strike Chance, Reaper Multiplier. All that stuff's fine. I'll have to figure that out. But basically I want to stack Evasion. I'll use the chest that gives me armor equal to my Evasion. So boop boop. The Evasion will also give me mana. And if I use Ferocious Affinity, my mana will give me Ellie damage. The Ellie damage will give me Elemental Resist. So I'll have all 3 of these pretty high, I would expect. Even though you can't, I wouldn't be able to dodge with the chest, but it doesn't matter. All 3 would be high for the Thornbite rune. And then in the ancestral tree, I would probably do this. Which this one doesn't matter because, yeah, my current Reaper makes my raw damage equal to 0. So the first one doesn't matter except for crit bonus, but I'm going to be going ancestral crits. So that one doesn't matter. This one is just flat LE and percent LE. This one, if you use the legendary, it's going to double it. So it would be 52, but also my things are pretty low. So they're only 28 total out of 45. But then with the legendary, it would be 90. So it'd be 90% increased LE damage, which is a lot of percent because I should be getting a lot of flat from either stacking evasion, which gives me mana, and use first affinity to get flat. And then I'd also get elemental resist, which would give me flat. And so the percentage is going to be worth a lot. And this last one gives me more flat, and the flat is based off my max life. So that's the only one I'm not really as sure about, only because, well, it works in Vindictive Slam because it gives you mana, or it gives you max life, and with the max life, you want to scale it so you're proccing more slams, and that's going to give you everything. So Vindictive Slam, it has 19% chance to trigger. It's based off of your life. Then it has increased size based off your armor, has increased damage based off your LE resist, and then it has a chance to stun based on your projectile damage reduction, melee damage reduction, and area damage reduction, which I'm just going to use the ultimatum and get the 57.5%. So everything should be getting stunned constantly, and I'll be stacking up crazy amounts of shield. Maybe I won't even have to use this, which is kind of the point of the build, is I don't want to use Thornbite because I assume it's going to get nerfed. And so I could just use something else the whole time, but at worst I use it and it stacks up really quickly. But everything should be stunned, so I won't take a lot of chip damage from the shields. But that's the idea of the build. I'm not really sure how single target's going to look. And what else am I not sure about? I'm not 100% sold on what my best attributes will be. And I have an idea of, like, good legendaries. I can put on my old gear for my Goldfind character and kind of show what it looks like. Yeah, all this stuff is garbage. Let me show you what the mechanics of the build look like. So let's see. So I just need to make sure I don't lose my GG gear here. This looks like my Goldfind gear. Right there. But this is going to be without the correct cape and without the, there's my amulet. Oh, you're going for Gold Farmer at the moment? Nice. Yeah, we just recently did the video on it, so pretty happy about it. And the Gold Farmer's sweet. But this is what it would look like. And hello. Can't see your name because it's really bright. Grabador. Hey, what's up, dude? Bright blue. Anyway, this would be the build with the incorrect attributes. Whatever. Very unoptimized. But it would shoot around. It does wormhole. Wormholes and stuns, basically. Triple chaos wave room. Easy. I mean, that's like super unoptimized. Yes, I watched your video and now I'm going for the build. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And I don't know, I have like no damage right now, right? And my void arrow does 7k to 9k. But as long as something dies, it gets like sucked into the void. So we go into, is the graveyard? This one's going to be a little awkward because there's not really walls to rebound on, but this is ideally what I want the build to look like when it's done. But just more of everything. And this is me totally ignoring the charge up stuff and don't have all the legendaries on. Oh yeah, that was my build. Well, I've made a couple different ones, but the most recent I made like last week or something. That's why I'm conflicted between the two different bows. Affinity might just be better because I'm already stacking everything. And it's just going to make my mana useful. But I think there's something nice to the slams. Basically the only thing I'd change though is probably instead of going this way and getting this, I would drop probably all of these and look to get this blind and silence to have some kind of stun. So I'd probably go with the attack speed, armor pin, Ellie pin, and they get the 60% damage here. But it's going to double my skills, but it won't matter because I'll have so much mana. And then I'll also get random quantity. But ideally I want to silence and blind. If there's another way to go, I'm not really sure what I'd want to do. I guess it's possible this could be more damage, and I'd go that direction. But this will be 90% Ellie damage, and this will be a bunch of flat Ellie, so I don't know if that's going to be the case. But this would, that's kind of cute. This is a 16.5 chance to stun with Vindictive Slam. So that's interesting. Alright, I think I'm done with this. Go back to gambling. Morning? How's it going, dude? I assume you're, wait, where is it the morning? Isn't it like midnight or something in EU? No, that's not right. It's gotta be like 2 a.m. We're in Asia, I think, but I have a feeling it's German. Alright, so that was some content for y'all, even though I said I'm not doing any content. I'll go back to gambling now. So let's put on some gear. Yo, what up? Dead Goon, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Not German, but I have a bunch of German friends. Dang. You called it. I mean, you kind of called it. You called it more than anyone else. So Chad, I talked about it earlier, but we're gambling for GG items. So maybe we can find some. Just curious, why did you swap gear for this? Oh, so it's easy to compare what's in the window with what's on my character. That's all it is. Or I would have left it because I would move faster between the two areas. Yeah, I'm looking for some replacements. Like I want to replace these two rings, ideally. These shoulders and this cape. So if I can replace those four things, I'm basically just going to be looking at rings, comparing it to my current ring. And then shoulders and cape. Because I found enough of the other stuff, but I think I can just safely ignore them. Even if there's some GG items, I won't know. I just need to find more rings and stuff. I guess if it's epics or legendaries, I'll look at them all. Even if I don't have the, if they're not highlighted. All that's garbage. Choosing the right pure stat items give me headaches. Yeah, I didn't have any pure stats on my other gear. I had some legacy gear for a while, but I don't like using legacy gear. I don't foresee myself using legacy gear. So I wanted to just kind of start over and feel good about reinforcing my gear. But since this is like a bow character, I think I can safely go with what I'm doing, like fork, critical strike chance, ancestral strike damage, rebound, evasion life, rebound, ancestral strike chance, another fork, evasion, critical strike chance, evasion. I might do it again for another character, but I've been saving like anything good, so I'm hoping to have enough stuff for like other characters, anything I ever want to juice up. Also makes it where people try to say you have unattainable gear. Exactly, which will be the same with this case, because this is like, first you need to play the game enough to make a gold finder. Then you need to make a bunch of like gold, and then you need to sit here for probably hours and find pure gear that's good. It is technically obtainable, but people, I don't know if I even recommend people to do it. I just want to do it for my own gear, because I mean, this is level 60 and you can keep upgrading your item levels, so this might be like until they introduce a new stat on gear or something, like the pure stat that you can only get in the new content, then I can have this gear theoretically until level 100 and beyond, because I can always change it to a different legendaries when they come out with other legendaries. The mods will be good. Maybe they'll nerf mods, maybe they'll buff mods. Buffing mods would mess it up, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just like to future-proof it, so I feel good about reinforcing. Double pure gear only. Jeez. That would take so long. I mean, you could do it. If there was a way where this would be highlighted when it had a pure stat, I would probably think about it. But it's not. You have to actually look at every single item if you want to do that. So I just have it highlighted for the stats I'm looking for on those pieces, and I just look at only those pieces. But I might be passing up, you know, this glove might have 6 pure stats and I'm not going to look at it, you know? And that just, it is what it is. The odds are that's not going to be the case. Yeah, I think it should have like a moving border around it or something. But I assume they probably don't want you to do this. I was kind of surprised when pure stats, you could get them from gambling. Which may change in the future, so I guess that's another reason I'm doing it now. They could always be like, oh yeah, pure stats only drop in the game. It'd be nice in your inventory too. Oh, it would be. I think maybe pure stats, you should have to like, if you go to salvage, it wouldn't break pure stats. And there'd be like a separate button that broke down pure stats or something. I don't know. Because they should be as rarer than like legendaries, especially if it's like a triple pure. Gold border for set stats and white for pure. I like it. Just something. I want to put in the suggestions on the Discord, but I know they're like working on stuff all the time. So like, I don't want to annoy them with little things. But it would be super nice. I could do this way faster. I could get the best gear in the game way faster. Help me, developer. Help me get gear way faster. Alright, I'm gonna go for a run, be back later. Good luck with the gamble. Yeah, thanks, man. Got 4 items at least I need to replace. Don't expect to do much else on this stream, but we'll chill and look for GG items. It's like, I could... Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I could settle with the gear I have. It's just gonna feel bad, because eventually I'm gonna drop a ring that has the triple exclamation point rebound, and it's gonna have more stats. And I'm gonna feel bad about it, you know? So I just need to get it now. Get it out of the way. Got him. Wasn't even me. Top hat, what's up, dude? Ellie resist. There's a triple. Oh no, the gnomes have started. You are gonna go for a run though? Alright, well, have fun on your run. I need to min-max this a little bit. Let's take out all this stuff. Give me this movement speed. Let's go a little faster. Switch to this one. Tumble. You guys are going crazy. Alright, we got a helmet with 564 LE resist. Let's see. Is that better or worse than what we got? So let's go and put it in here. LE 564. LE resist specifically. 564, 564. LE damage. Oh, 570. Rip. Rip. It was nice knowing you. Not good enough. Yeah, I've been trying to save all the triple stat pure stuff that seems decent, so I don't have to gamble again. Or at least not gamble again for a while. Shoulders? Cape, ring, no. Guys, save your points. Save your points and buy something nice. I'm glad y'all like the gnome so much. I need to refresh them. What's some other cool things? Or is gnome just the way? It's the best. Don't need anything else. Just delete all the other ones. 2 capes? Nothing good. Gnomed is nice. Shoulders? Shoulders? Triple shoulders, nothing good. Shoulders? Amulet? Trying hard to remember what I actually need. Cape, shoulders, ring. Okay, there's cape. It has to be highlighted. That's a bracer. Okay. That one was double pure. Armor and mana regen. So is this a pure Gamba build? Basically, we're gonna have some GG items on this character. And probably all future characters. Yeah, we're going for triple pure stat on every piece of gear. 744 evasion. Close. So this is gonna be a big boy build. Once I finally get everything for it. However many hours that's gonna be. And you know, we need something to spend our money on. Why not min-max, get a pure stat on everything? It's just so nice. Like, a pure stat is worth double, right? So, there's 11 slots. So it's equal to 11 extra stats on gear? That's insane. And like, the base stats are usually higher than the rare stats, so depending on what the stats are, it's like, what's that? That's equal to like 2 or 3 extra pieces of gear, basically. Wait, you mean you don't just gamble and make all your gear on every build? Actually, I kind of do, I guess. Especially if I'm like doing anything with YouTube. I usually start at like square one, gamble for new gear, and then start that way. But since I played at level 40, a lot of my gear I just upgraded the item level and just kept rolling with it. Because it was already all the stats I wanted. Some was legacy. It's already like legendaries and had good epic stats and all that. I gotta redo all that with pure stats because pure stats are new. And that's the only way I'm gonna ever replace my legacy gear is by doing pure stats. So, pure stats it is. Hey, how's the game been treating you, Top Hat? How's your build coming along? As you grind the forge and can't really talk. How do you already have points for another gnome? Isn't that like your 4th gnome? You must have been hanging out, not saying anything for a while. I see. I'm onto your tricks. Shoulder? Oh, it had fork chance on it too, it just wasn't pure. There's so many levels of RNG. It's gotta be a cape in this window. It's gotta be the stat I want. It's gotta be triple pure. So I'm still upset that the Fist of the Wild last tier first upgrade doesn't stack multiple from the spread, just from the multiple casts. Oh, it doesn't pop and add multiple? You have to hit? I haven't actually used the skill much. That's dog. You need a legendary to change it, where it moves all stacks. Off the top of your head, the I'm kind of hungry. The character attributes God for gold grinding. Yeah, that's my question. You just go like max bravery. You don't need to go to the very end, but you go to like here to get the Slurmite find. And you can also go here for crit chance. If you need crit chance, you can go here for ancestral strike chance. If you need any of that, and that's about it. Oh, I have some points up there. I didn't see that. Get some more movement speed. Where should the rest go? So let's see. It would be what, 55 more? No, that's not right. 33 more. So I go all to here, and then I'll probably grab crit. I think that's about all you'll have points for. If you have more after that, I would grab the ancestral strike chances. I'm like half dex, half bravery. Dex? Which one's bravery? Bravery. So you're going to getting like projectile speed? Projectile speed's okay. You can go up to projectile speed, I would say, and then the rest in bravery. Or you can go all bravery and then do some points in fury and some points in zeal. It just depends what you want. I go for the, I want the Slormite find, and you get 25% at the end. And then I wanted like as much movement speed as possible, so that's why I prioritize that. You can, of course, change it around. At one point I was doing the projectile speed because I like that. At another point I was doing damage to elites because I, thought it would be worth it, but it wasn't. So, and then I also went for the slow at one point because like, oh, slow is nice, but it just depends what you need. You can feel it out. I already feel like I have 100% crit. Yeah, if you already have 100% crit, you can... If you're doing the shield stuff, I would go for ancestral crit then. Outside of that, yeah, bravery and dexterity is solid. That's all you really need. You can't go for like the Reaper damage multiplier, but the higher your damage is, the less gold you're gonna get. So it's kind of up to you if you would rather clear or what. Grinding the forge with the gold grind build like a genius. Oh god. Well, if you're doing the forge, you can take all the points out of the bravery, because none of them really do anything. Retaliation? That's not what I need. Shoulders? Ring? Ring? We're gonna replace one of these. I promise. By the end of the stream, we're gonna replace one of these pieces of gear. If not all four. Hopefully all four. Please all four. But that's why I'm here, so you guys can keep me entertained while I hit this button a bunch. I mean, I can stack the gold up buff before I log in. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Well, that works then. I mean, if you're just doing siege leader runs, it's probably a fine build to do it, honestly. Until you get the rune. I assume that's why you're doing the forge. To get the unlocks. Oh, almost didn't look at the ring. All that's garbage. Double amulet? Oh, come on, Epic. Could have been awesome. Double shoulder. Man. Trying to go faster by not looking at everything. Been doing rune runs, but the last run has extended because I got a few legendary rewards and I really need more legendary Slormites to keep upgrading my gear. Yeah, the bottleneck really is epic, but legendaries can be hard to get as well. You could gamble. You could gamble. You will find some legendaries. So go make gold, and then go spend your gold gambling. Try to get some GG gear. While doing so, you get some legendary stuff. You get some epic stuff. Promoting gambling. I haven't gotten like any legendaries in the build. Well, you could see screens like this, Minion damage. It's only a 2. Not good enough. Amulet? Omelet? Oh, it had fork chance. So many mage bracers. It's trying to tell you something. You have a suggestion? 1 in 3 inventory. What's a suggestion? Stack a set of gear for item percentage gains before gambling. Item percentage gains? Oh, you're talking about like magic item quantity or something? God, I hope it doesn't affect it. It seems like it shouldn't. I just want the quality of life to be able to look at my gear. Ooh, a triple area increase size? That might be a future build item. Not this build. I don't really have much of that gear on hand. So I'm just gonna act like it doesn't work. Luckily, the quality doesn't really matter to me. It really just depends if it rolled a pure stat, and if the pure stat is a stat I need, and the pure stat is a triple. But luckily, that's not really a thing for me. Alright, so what do we get? We got area increase size helmet. Let's see. Oh, that's a new one. Taped shoulders. Oh yeah, you can break them. You just have to drag them in there. There used to... Was there... I think there used to be a button, but they stopped that because people would accidentally delete their own stuff. And that's not a good time. Triple max life as a secondary? That's not good enough. Click, click, click. Well, my reinforced plus 28 piece of gear just got deleted. That'd be a bad time. Hovering around 10. I think my highest is like 18. But I play too many different builds. So put them all in one. I think after like 14 or something. It's kind of where I cap out. Any suggestions to make it higher? Start doing doubles, double reinforces. As you find more Slormites. But I have to create a billion things to get the quality. Shouldn't have to. After this wave of inventory, I'll go show you what it looks like. Some of the things you gotta do. There's a way you can like set up potential for the next level while also double reinforcing and taking away all the failure chance, which is what you want to do. Good idea to craft the higher ones, or do you just start finding them? I've only ever found 114, so I usually make up by using harmonies. That's how I fix it. But it caps out at 14, so eventually you just start having to like throw more and more harmonies at it. Triple Ellie damage. Pretty sure I have a better one, but we'll see. Shoulders. I haven't seen like any pure capes or rings. Getting really unlucky. Triple. The pure life leech. Oh my god. Teach me the way. Alright, we're getting there. This is our progress currently. That one had rebound chance, but didn't have what I need. The pure cape movement speed. Oh. Shoulders? Cape? Nope. The 2-time. Didn't happen. Shoulders? So many rings. With double max life percentage? That's kind of decent. It's not a 3, so I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I'll at least have it. I'm gonna put it in the bank, and then I'm never gonna use it. Helmet with LE damage, 511. 511 LE damage as a base stat. Ooh, 516. Wrecked. How do you know it's doable? Oh, it just is. Like, I've done it on all the other pieces of gear. Like, triple pure is just a thing. Alright, so, reinforcing a piece of gear, right? Let's look at 2 examples. This will be a 12. And this will be an 18. Alright. So if we go in here, a 12, if you have it, you would use a 12 Slormite, right? They're equal. You can also go lower if you don't have many. So like, I may even do like an 11 instead. If you do that, you just have to use more other stuff. So we'll start with a 12 and I'll switch it in a bit. But then you want to go and you want to increase your critical potential. So this is where I got tripped up. Is at 18, it says you have 100% on this critical reinforce, but when you hover over it, it says your item will gain 69% potential after being reinforced, right? So you'll upgrade and it'll have 69% to the next one. But what you can do is you can keep putting it in until you get to 29, and that'll give you 100% or 102%. So that'll make it when you upgrade, you'll be at 13 and ready to upgrade to 14, right? But we don't want to stop there because we want to double enforce. So to double enforce, we're going to put in these. And that brings us to 100%. So we got 60 failure. So I'm going to put in 60 harmonies. And that's going to make it 100%. Alright, and so the difference, if I didn't use a 12, I would put in a 11, and I have 50%, so I'll just put in 50 more harmonies. So when you use something that's like plus 18, and you're double reinforcing with 100% potential, you're just going to be throwing away harmonies, basically, to get rid of all your failure chance. But that's a way I could, like, keep my 12 if I wanted. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade this one, but that's the example. And if I was doing this one, it's the same thing, except you need way more harmonies. So I put all these in, and we're good. But I don't know how much I need, because I didn't calculate it, but you would basically just keep putting it in until you get to 100%, which is going to be probably a couple hundred. So that's my 2 examples, and then, in case you don't know, you can craft all of them. How do you know it's double? Oh, the double reinforce bar, this one here, that's the double. So when you put it in, your potential is 100. You put these in. Oh, I needed to put the Slurmite in. So as you put these in, your double reinforce chance goes up to 100. Which just means when you reinforce, you have a 100% chance that it's going to be... Oh, the double pure. So the way pure works is there's exclamation points at the end. At 100%. So a triple exclamation point means it's in the 90 percentile. A double, I'm not sure. Maybe 70 or something. And then a 1 is like, it's just pure. It's not anything special. So I use like... Where is it? This site? Oh no. What's the other one? This site. So this site will like let you put it in and see how good it is. So let's look at a piece of gear, right? Let's look at this one. So this is a rare stat, ring, rebound 18%, right? It's 2 pure. But we know a 3 is 90%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to ring. And just if I was curious, like maybe I don't want to gamble until I get it right. I'll see. Maybe I'm at 89% and there's no point. So rebound chance, I'm going to make it pure. This is reinforcement level 0. And I said it has 18. So I'm moving it up to see how pure it is. So it's 18. So it's somewhere between 83% and 88%. So it's pretty good. But let's see. If it was 90 plus, I would get an extra percent. And if it's really good, I get an extra 1.5%. So that's the idea. Is how pure you want it. Because a regular one, so 100% pure, it's 19.5. A regular stat is just 10. So it's roughly double, and then it's going to scale with your item reinforcement. So if we get like item reinforcement 10, it's going to be 20% rebound. Well, I got to move this all the way up. 40% rebound versus 20. Which is pretty crazy. Keeps resetting it. But that's a lot of rebound chance. The rebound is something that caps out at 100%. So that's something that like I could easily achieve. Like, let's see. Item reinforcement 15 on 2 rings and almost have a 100% chance. That's kind of what I'm going for with these pure stats. Basically, you'll need less stats to hit 100%. Where normally you'd need 4 to 5 stats, this will be 2 to 3 stats. And the same goes with like crit. So like on this piece of gear, it has 10% crit at reinforcement level 0. But, you know, crit caps at 100. And yeah, so this is going to be like 20% crit at reinforcement level 10. It's going to go higher. Maybe it doesn't scale quite that fast, but it's going to be something like that. Or I'm going to get a ton of crit from these bracers. Which once you hit 100% crit, you're critting all the time. So that's the idea. I get a free stat on like basically every piece of gear. And I'm trying to diversify what stats are where. Like this one has evasion, which I'm basically just going to have double flat evasion. Rebound chance, I'm trying to get 100. Ancestral strike damage, I'm trying to get as much as possible. But I also need ancestral strike chance. I'm also going for fork chance, critical strike chance, fork chance again. So if I get both of those to 3, it might be like 14% or something. And then you reinforce it, you get a lot higher. More evasion, more critical strike chance, more evasion, so. Sorry for derailing the stream. It's all good. Needed a break from pressing this button, but now what everyone was waiting for, more button pressing. So that's why I'm like, I guess being so Papago with looking for this stuff. Because it feels kind of weird at this point. Because I have a bunch of materials that I can craft with, but it's like, why am I crafting stuff that doesn't have a pure stat? Which is like an extra stat on the piece of gear, so I'm just gonna spend the time now, get some nice pure stat items, double roll, and basically have those items forever. And then before this, I was looking at every item and like keeping items in the bank for like other characters. But these are generic enough, like every build basically does crits. Every projectile build does fork and rebound usually. Every build does like life. So it's kind of working out. It is kind of a pain to get them. But it's easier this way than any other way. Actual playing the game. Elemental resist 2. But I have 4 items left to go that need a triple pure. And I mean, we can see the difference between this ring. It has 18% rebound, which we looked up. It was like a 83 to 88%. And this one has 17. So this one's like way lower, like probably a 60 or something. But that it's going to scale way worse. But this is the first time I've done pure stats for a build. It's going to be interesting. It won't feel bad spending like 500 harmonies to upgrade an item when like it's actual best the item can ever be. But do you know the gimmick with pure stats? The whole thing with pure stats is you can't adjust their values where they go back to the normal range. So I'm gonna like lock in all these pure stats because I can't change them. Whatever they're rolled as right now is what they stay at. So you can't fix them like you can other stats. Ring? Nope. So if I had to guess, Max Temple. Yeah, there's a couple of stats that influence the percentage. Where can I look at that? Is it your inventory? I forgot where it was. Oh, I gotta go talk to the wizard, huh? Yeah, so it's these two stats here. You have a 0.45% pure stat max score, a total of 90% when you get 200 out of 200, and then a pure stat chance 50%, 100 out of 100. So it takes a while to get those, but it gives you some good increase. So I wouldn't do this strategy until you get those two done, because it'll increase your chances. How even that much pure slorm? It's another one of the upgrades you can get. We go look at it. So if you do Slorm Temple, you can upgrade the capacity, and as you upgrade the capacity, this increases. And there's a mod in the Forge that will give you a percentage of your Slorm that you currently have in your chest gets added as Elder Slorm, and you get like a ton. Yeah, you also get the Reaper when you get to 150, which is something I would use to get the pure, if your build can handle it. It's the pure staff of the Temple Keeper. So if you go in there, this gives you 150% pure Slorm, but you'll also want to probably change your gear if you're just going to sit in the temple for a while to match the type of weapon. So that's what I did, right? Is I just ground out the Slorm Temple all at once. This Reaper is from Belagarth at the top. So on my gear, I did the plus 5 Belagarth on, 10 pieces of my gear, which gave me another 50. So this was like a level 150 staff, which gave me 175% pure Slorm find. You can also clear the whole level with a different weapon and switch before you loot the Slorm at the end. And that'll give you the increase as well. You meant the pure, yeah. Forgot about it until floor 500. God, I think my character's around 300? 400? No, it must be 300. But the Reaper made it so much faster. Because I used it once I got it. Slum Temple. Yeah, I'm at 299. And I've grinded enough to get everything. Where's... Oh, right, the ultimatums. I grinded enough to finish out all the ultimatums and got all the upgrades and stuff. At least the Reaper Totem really hurts now. I didn't even, like, turn it on. I just played Mage Orbs. A triple damage over time? Nice, I'll keep that one. That one's cool. Triple damage over time. Got for Bellegarth gear and swap gear and Reaper right before looting easy. Yep, exactly. You could do that. Just depends what your build is. If you're building around your Reaper, then you have to do that. If you're not building around your Reaper, just play with a different Reaper. If you have enough damage. This game needs a swap builds button. It's on the roadmap, but it's not here yet. Can't wait to get it. Where's that roadmap? How can I find that? Library. It's Community Hub. Forgot how to get there. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the roadmap. So where are we? So this is like the new roadmap. I guess I should actually read this. Now it feels like a good time to release the new roadmap. Nothing has been added or removed from the old one. This is basically taking us to a fresh start in early access. With the new roadmap also comes the intention of deploying updates much more often, even if it means releasing less content at a time. I have to say that working 5 months on the last update has been pretty hard. Despite the amount of content that was added, we've made almost no progress on the roadmap itself, and it feels bad. So right now, we want to go for the exact opposite, making smaller yet impactful updates and ticking things off the roadmap. And after so much time working on the same thing, we're super excited to work on new content. So what's coming? We got the Great Forge update. So at some point we're going to get Elite's rework in Influence. Then we're going to get this Luxurious update, which is new enemies, new environment. Slorm Reaper collection. 200 plus legendary items. Gonna get a new act and level 70 with another ancestral tree tier. Another royal update. I don't know what new environment, new enemies is. I guess just another tile set that isn't an act. Codex. Achievements. Loadout and smart stashes. That's what we need right there. Another new act, level 80. And then we go from 80 to 100 with the 5th in-game mode. New tile set, but no story. I mean, that sounds cool. So what is it actually? It's Royal Update, which I guess is the tower up to the Slormancer. This is going to be the Slormancer. And then what else do we have? Luxuriant Update, which is probably the garden that they've shown off a few times. This, yeah, Luxuriant Update 1, the garden thing. For the maze. Which I assume is right inside the door. The door that's sealed off. This up here. Which you can't go in. There was something else that looked like it could have been a place. Where was that? So we got the prison down here. I mean, this door is closed. It's like an armory. Can't go that way. Can't go anywhere here. Oh, this, yeah, this looks like a place, maybe. We got the tower. Next to the gear gambler, the big door. Oh, that does look like the garden. Oh, yeah. So that's the garden. Eventually we're going to break this magic seal. We're going to go into this castle. And Slurmancer is probably at the top of it. Yeah, I forgot that was there. Cool. Garden. Can't see enough. Gotta go up this ladder. Yeah, definitely excited for the loadouts and smart stashes. We honestly need like more stash space too. Or I do at least. I wonder if it'd be a good idea for them to make a like a crafting bench. So instead of like open up these with gold to like make a random item or make 5 random items, you would just make a random item of a certain type. So I could just, if I wanted rings, I can just use blue fragments, the rare fragments, and just make blue ring, blue ring, blue ring, and look for pure stats that way. I don't know if that's a good idea or not though. Just an idea. Something to do with your fragments besides crafting, I guess. And a way to get in-game gear without having to just sit here and gamble. It's all about cost. Yeah, I mean, gold is basically free if you have a gold farmer. You get around 1,000,000 gold a minute, and it takes you quite a while to spend 1,000,000 gold. Every minute's at least like 30 minutes of this or something. Maybe not 30 minutes. You know what I mean. Maybe this should have scaled up with price since it's level 60 items now. Wish I could reach 1,000,000 a minute. You can, I believe. 250 fragments per ring would ring forge would be a sink. Yeah, I wonder if you could do like 1 Slormite. Then you can convert these to these. I don't know. It would definitely be something I could do. Because I'm definitely not seeing a ring every time. And I would make the rarity I wanted, and I could make the slot I wanted. Yeah, Swordman's right. It's basically like compounding. Do you have the Reaper yet? You don't have the Reaper yet, Top Hat, do you? The Reaper is a lot more gold. Getting the primordial one. It just takes a while to get there. Because that's probably the most annoying Reaper to get. I don't want to listen to that. Alright. You're in a good spot, Top Hat, because you have like everything to do. So anything you do is going to progress your character. You just need to figure out what you need to do more, right? Doing Storm Temple to get all the pure stuff. Doing Forge to get all the runes. Doing expeditions and whatnot to get crafting materials and all the Reapers. I've already lagged out the game without the Reaper or the Lego that drops gold. But lagged out, I mean, it took 45 minutes to move one step. What? Was that with the old Vindictive Slam stuff? What were you doing? Like, I've had some freezes for like 20 seconds maybe at like the top end, but I then added some damage to my build because it's actually unplayable, making way less gold. Oh, Fist of the Wild. Yeah, that'll do it. Make no gold if the game's frozen. Oh man. Oh, that's the thing I want them to do, is consolidate gold on the ground. The Vampire Survivor fix would be great. Really, any fix would be great. If they took away the sparkle on the gold, that could also help. Or if you picked up gold constantly, even if you weren't moving, that would be helpful. If the gold was in your range, it was like gonna get pulled to you, regardless if you're moving or not. That would be a big help. Ooh, max life, triple max life? Yeah, I might use that eventually. Oh, they don't want gold farming to be good, so just let it lag. Using gear, that would be interesting. Take like 2 pieces of gear that have different stats and it combines randomly. I think the only thing you could really do with that currently would be get pure stat on 2 different items and try to merge them together by deleting both of them to try to hopefully have 2 pures on 1 item that you picked, which would be insane. Alright, max life percentage. Do I already have that as a base stat? I do not. That's a new one. Maybe some way to influence which stat goes where, so you wouldn't lose your peers. You could put stats on items that normally couldn't get onto them. Oh, that would create new legacy gear. Oh god. I like the idea of gambling like some sick gear to try to merge the stats, but I only see it with like trying to do double pure, triple pure, whatever. But I feel like it'd have to have a cost. You'd have to lose the item or something. So if capes didn't have a common stat you didn't want, you could just get one from another piece of gear. So you're saying basically make it to where you can get every stat in every slot. I assume you still couldn't duplicate stats on a one piece of gear. I don't know how I feel about that. Might be too far for me. I see what you're getting at. But let me see. What can you get on a cape, right? So a cape, attack speed, damage over time, movement speed. So basically you can't get crit, you can't get ancestral crit, crit bonus, or ancestral crit chance. So that'd be like the stuff you'd want to get on this side. And or on this side, you can't get on either side. So you'd have some nutty cape that was like crit, ancestral crit bonus. I don't know, man. That's too much for me. I think they'd have to make it so you can only do once per piece of gear. If they did something like that, wouldn't want it to be unlimited. Yeah, I could see that. I guess I like the idea of you have a chance to brick your gear to try to make something OP. So it'd have to be like, I don't know. You take a cape and another item that each have a pure stat on it. So let's say like a cape and a belt, they both have a pure stat. And it's going to combine into one of them. And with 0 to 2 pure stats. And it can inherit stats in whatever slot, regardless of the restrictions of the item. There we go. We incorporated all the things. So you could get a cloak that had fork chance and ancestral crit chance on it. Ooh. Yeah, if it's unlimited, you could put any stats anywhere. But it's so easy to just get another piece of gear that, like, I don't know what the restriction could be. I was thinking it could be something like whenever you combine it, it makes all stats on the piece of gear pure. Like, even if it doesn't increase the stats, like, let's just say every line on here would become pure. And if I tried to adjust any of them, it would ruin it for all of them. I don't know. Something like that. Something where you couldn't touch it, or if you touched it, it just messed it all up. So you combine, and then after you combined, it would be softly locked in, where if you changed any stat on the piece of gear, it would change all of them or something. Yeah, it'd be fragile. If I compared it to Path of Exile, it'd like corrupt the item. Which means it rolls all the modifiers randomly, or it just makes it to where you can't edit them. In this case, you just couldn't edit them, or it would brick it. But I'm not sure how it would brick it. It would just be really risky, and once you did it, you wouldn't be able to change it. You'd have to like make something else if you needed to change like a stat. But it would be better than like the normal item. Maybe it'd be like a pure stat. A pure piece of gear. Like the whole thing would be pure, and you can only have one pure piece of gear on your whole character. So I guess it would be like a level above legendary, but you make it yourself. An ancient item. Ancient pure slorm item. Oh no, we gotta say primal ancient pure slorm. There we go. The primal? Primal? Primal ancient legendary. Exactly. So epic. They have the exact mechanic in the newest season of Diablo with sanctified gear. I don't know nothing about no sanctified gear. I haven't Diabloed in a minute. So it's just like a legendary on top of a legendary with its own little legendary stat. We've gone too far. Instat primal, but you can only have one. Okay. I see. Basically, you can roll an instant primal with an additional class-based effect, but you can only have one equipped. So it's like a weird combination of the Kanye Cube plus Primal Ancient. So you can get like a fourth legendary effect that you shouldn't have. I guess runes are similar to the cube. Kanye Cube. Did I find anything good? No, not that time. Well, we're gonna have some materials after this, boys. So I did notice when you salvage pure stats, you get like a little bit of pure slorm, but it's like 5. And at one point I was going through and trying to pick all of them, but I looked and it's like I only have 3k, which is like one run. Like, no, we're just gonna pick random stuff if it doesn't have what I need. The 5 does not add up. Oh, they're not effects from other legendaries. Okay. I see the caveat. So I have a triple attack speed base stat shoulders in my bank. And I'm thinking about using that instead of this. But I want to make sure I can still get my fork chance up. I'll probably just have to roll fork as a lot of what's it called? Epic stats. But I would still need to find at least one better ring. Probably, well, the cape's better than the shoulders. So I don't know, if I find like ring back to back, I guess I would consider swapping the shoulders and just starting to build the character. But Nope. Shoulder? Shoulder? Omelet? No. Check legendaries. Nope. Ring? Oh, there's a cape I didn't check. That was it. That was the one. Speed running. Mana regen. I did see that they buffed the mana bender. I was like, I wonder if it's back to its former glory. Probably not. It got nerfed so hard. The poor life bender. Never had its time in the sun. It got like a 90% nerf. Yeah, it was really bad. It's not easy to find their changes if they happened a long time ago. But I know like one of these, they updated the Reapers, right? Let's see. Balance? Was it this one? No. Great Forge update, maybe? Oh, here we go, here we go. Let's see. Mana Bender, 50% increase. But that's just the Reaper damage. It's not the actual effect. Most powerful Reaper. Oof. It was so good. Sweet Prince. Most powerful was actually the most powerful by a long shot. The constraint on the runes, it's just like a multiplier. So this one has a constraint 280%, and it's adjusted by this one. So the way you can think of it, oh man, how to even describe it. So this one reduces the constraint, so it makes it 42% of what it normally would be, right? Which makes this one lower. It lowers like the threshold. There's language I'm looking for. What's the language? So it basically just multiplies everything, how hard it is to activate. So this one gives your rune increased by 225% constraint. So it normally would activate after how many strikes? Is it gonna show me? No, it's not gonna show me with this in. So okay. It normally would activate in 5.4 strikes. But if I add this rune that is a 225% constraint, it's just going to multiply that by the percentage. And it's going to be 19.6 instead, is how you can look at it. But if you use this one, it reduces the constraint. So it goes to 304. Does that make sense? It's like a multiplier. The constraint's 70%, but then you add in 225%, it goes to 80. Hopefully that helped, but yeah, the constraint is just the cost, or like a multiplier to the cost. It either raises or lowers the cost based on if the constraint is above or below 100%. 100% being the cost. If you increase the constraint, it's going to increase it over 100%. If you decrease it, it's going to go under 100%. I would have worded it differently, but I'm not even sure the best way to word it. Because everything activates after X number of things. And you're basically timesing X by a number. But in some cases, you can times it by like, well, you can minus from the number. Oh man. I'm just making it worse. I'm just gonna say you get the gist of it. The higher it is, the harder it's gonna be to activate. Poor mana bender. Never even tried. The most powerful one was OP. It was so OP. I still get comments on that video talking about how it was severely nerfed. But at the time, I think I didn't invest in damage at all. And I just went like full defense afterwards. But then they nerfed the damage by, what, so much? Taking the dot build into the forge and choosing just every life every time for free rewards. Dude, I was telling you. Doesn't make the enemies like hit you any harder. As long as you can get the speed correct, like every wave is going to be consistent. As long as your wave length is like good enough to where you're getting like, I don't know what's like an acceptable forge time. My fastest was like 75 minutes, but my average is more like 90 minutes. Yeah, the mage tower farm is insane for leveling. I leveled my ranger in there. Or no. What was I leveling? Oh, I was leveling reapers actually. And some tech I was doing was I was switching this ultimatum for the experience. And then I was switching this for the ultimatum multiplier. And I was using the effect. So what happens is you get 300% multiplier from your ultimatum when it activates. It activates after 39 ancestral strikes. But anyway, you would get like 200% experience gain. And that also counts for like leveling up your reapers. Not the kills, just the leveling. And yeah, it makes it really fast. So that's some tech you can use if you're leveling some reapers. It's like really weird niche text. How do you get the ultimatum? This one you get from the first level of the Slurm Temple, I believe. But it's going to be a lower percent. So if you don't have the max percent, you don't have the runes and all that, I would just roll some experience gain on like your gear if you want to do it that way. But honestly, the thing is good enough. It's just if you're like trying to min-max it, you can add some other stuff to it. But all the ultimatums are from the temple. You just get them as you complete more and more levels. But you get them in an assigned order. So you get experience gain first, then movement speed, mana regen. So you get them in this order. So if you just want experience gain, I believe it's the first one you get in the first level to introduce the mechanic. So to get the best results in gaining the Reapers is speed farm, lower battlefield, right? Rift? Yeah, you just want to do, like, whichever one you do instantly. So the lower the better, really, because you just need to close breaches. And each time you close a breach, there's like a chance you get the Reaper. I think it's like 1 in like 120 or something, that's what people say. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's that many, but it might be. Maybe it's 1 in 100. But you'll get them all pretty quickly. You just mindlessly do floors. I would recommend the prison layout. Especially if you're doing anything with projectiles. That rebound. It feels like that many? Yeah. Is it possible to get Reapers from the rifts of farm spot in the tower or the special rifts? No, that's considered like act content. You just get it from the expedition content. If you're looking to get new Reapers. Elemental damage crit chance. That one might be good. I'm torn between looking at everything and trying to spam to get exactly what I need faster. triple percent life one hit. Epic stat. I guess there could be a world I'd settle for something else, but... Because I guess in theory you would want base stats for the most part. Because they're the largest stats in your doubling stats. Which if that's the case, we'll go attack speed here, crit chance is fine, special strike damage. This would probably be LE damage percentage. That one's fine with evasion, LE damage percentage, special strike chance. I'm not sure what I'd pick for the cape. Evasion. Probably keep critical strike chance. Evasion. Is that a triple evasion? Double evasion. I'm torn because I feel like I shouldn't settle, but this is like taking forever. But it's like, would I want to level up a piece of gear again? No. So I should get like the perfect one now. Ancestral strike damage with crit. That's a good combo. Yeah, we'll put that one in my back pocket. I guess you would want Ancestral, but you need crit, Ancestral crit damage, so I don't need all of them. Can't confirm that you get Reapers from the portals in the Mage Tower, but it's only 3 at a time. Really? So it just takes that much longer. Okay. Huh. I thought it was different because it was an act. Well, to re-answer, we have official news that you can't do the tower to find it. But it's going to take you longer. But if you're doing it already, why not? Double mana regen. My mana bender ring. The triple critical strike chance. Yeah, that's just as good as what I currently have. It might technically be higher and scale better, so I'll probably end up taking it. Just to have it. Crit chance on bracers, like, probably use that on every character. Double evasion. Double thorns. Got a triple tenacity? Nope. Double tenacity. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna start looking at everything. If it takes longer, it takes longer. Because eventually I'm gonna want to play a build that has like melee recast chance and different stuff on it. So let's see, some more crit bracers. Where am I putting bracers? Oh, there they are. Crit. I have a worse crit one. I have two. I have 3 10 crits. Seems much easier to get base stats as well. I guess because every item can get it. And I guess there could be a strategy where I should roll common items. Because if it does go pure, it's going to be what I need more often. Depending on how that works. I mean, this is a double. I'll keep it. And one more bracer, crit Ellie. I don't see myself ever using this one, but sure. I guess, let me actually see. So I need cape, shoulders, and 2 rings. What else do I have? If I had to pick stuff I already have, what would I use? Go max life on the cape. That's all I really have for cape. Shoulders, 30 attack speed. Or Ellie damage. Attack speed or Ellie damage. Or evasion. So got some good options there. And then rings. 9.5 Ellie damage, a 10 Ellie damage. So I could go double Ellie damage percentages. Attack speed. Ancestral strike damage, but it's only a 2. Percent evasion. Percent movement speed. Maybe there's some merit to just pick like one of each stat. So you just scale all the stats better. Like if I don't have a movement speed anywhere, but I put it on a ring, it counts as having it basically on both rings, which would be pretty nice. If I do the same thing with like percent, you know, crit, social crit, 1 fork chance. If I get like one of everything, maybe that's the strategy. Either way, I think I'm just gonna gamble till the end of stream, and then I'll make some decisions. But I'll probably just start looking at everything. But our backups aren't bad. Actually, can ring roll percent resist? Yeah, it can. So 68% of elemental resist goes to flat Ellie. It might be better to scale the resist to get more flat. I'm getting a lot of percentage. I don't know, there's probably a lot of ways to do it. Not sure what the best is. Probably just whatever pure stats I get first. %9 ancestral crit strike. Glove, LA damage. Glove's pretty competitive. We'll at least check it out. Maybe I already have one. I don't know if it's technically right for me to get LA damage on anything, since I'll be scaling it a different way. There's a 9%. 9.5 critical strike with LA damage. Because if I'm scaling all my damage through defenses, I'd probably just want to put more percentage defenses to give more damage that way instead of doing flat of whatever the end result is. So I like double, triple dip, quadruple dip. Which has to be less damage, but more well-rounded. It's probably ideal. Which in a weird way is more damage, because you get to switch from Thornbite like faster if you have more defense. And switching to Nimble is like huge damage. So that's a weird caveat. Ooh, with the triple max mana. It's also weird because like percentage-based stuff all has a cap, except for like crit strike damage and social strike damage. But if you get non-percentage based stats, they scale better as you keep upgrading the gear. So I'm like torn between trying to get flat on everything or getting like percentage stuff, so I have to get less percentage stats overall. Basically, I don't have a completely solid plan. But I know where I want to end up. And there's multiple ways there. Probably better for me to figure out what Reaper to actually use. Maybe I can switch them out just as I want to. Wonder if that would ever be worth it. Because one's probably more damage and an extra dot. And the other one would be less damage, -1 dot. But you would stun everything. You would put stuff on the ground. Stun is pretty valuable. Or I have to figure out like a silence or something in the ancestral tree with how I build my characters. Which I could grab. It just costs like 2 ancestral skills basically. And then of course, like if I'm going Vindictive Slam, you need to scale HP. And if you're going Ferocious Affinity, you're scaling mana. You don't really care about HP. But if I want the option to switch between them, I'm gonna need to like at least have some HP. Or it's never gonna proc. Wow, that one has to be very close to a 3 for 95%. I guess there's also the situation of like, really can't mess it up because I can always just craft another piece of gear if it doesn't work out. Like, oh, I need more rebound. Go find a rebound ring, you know? You need 2 instead of 1 or whatever. But I guess I could make them generic enough that I wouldn't need to change them. Like if it was the prefix for elemental damage and I could just change the other stuff to rebound or movement speed or whatever I needed and keep that 1 stat because I'm playing an Ellie build that crits, does ancestral crits, and has ancestral crit damage. Like, that's just how it is. And I'm playing a ranger, so most likely always need rebound and what's the other thing? Work. So you can't really go wrong with those. But once I commit to evasion, I'm kind of locked in with evasion / armor for a while. Or forever, rather. I mean, you could just make another one, I guess. Alright, max mana 1696 on a helmet. 1696. Nope, that one got beat. Alright. And we have elemental damage, glove, 521. Elemental damage, glove, 521. Ooh, it also got beat. Alright. Alright, and I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So, let's do some more gambling. See what else we can find. +3. Triple evasion? Maybe? I mean, probably not, because we're going to be critting, but it might be better than what I have in the bank. So what's everybody up to? Is everybody just farming? Sounded like we have some mage tower farming, some forge farming. I'm sure someone's doing expedition. Anybody farming some temple? Or playing through the X? See if everyone's doing something different. How do I unlock the forge? It should just, well, I think it's just unlocked. Maybe I have to find this little dude. And then you have to have Elder Slorm to go in, which Elder Slorm comes from killing rares in the expedition. Forge level 90, wish me luck, dude, good luck. Hope you get some sick loot soon. Does it tell me? I feel like this was just unlocked when I logged in. But I'm not sure how it works with the new player experience. Does anybody know? I assume the tab is like grayed out. Mage Tower. Oh, you have to finish the Mage Tower? So you just have to finish all the acts. Okay. So yeah, go finish Act 3. Thanks, Meow. Yeah, maybe you should finish the campaign. Yo, what's up? Gohabadon. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. We're doing some gambling still. Forever. Triple evasion belt. There's no way I ever use a belt that's triple evasion. Belt rolls so much good stuff. Nothing much. Leveling every Slorm Reaper and skills. Oh man. What class are you working on? I think I almost have that one done for the mage. Or I might have it done actually. Well, like every skill to like level 10. And then I have every available node in the ancestral tree done. I have them all leveled up. Leveled all the ultimatums. I have some runes left. And I have every Reaper primordial on the mage. Other characters not so much. But they'll get there. Mage, I've only ever played mage. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. What kind of mage are you playing? Is this the aura mage? Or are you playing orbs? Or something else? I'm eventually gonna make a night build. It's gonna be a while, I think. I was actually starting on a knight build, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work because I wanted to go elemental, but use a skill. And none of his skills scale off elemental damage. So I wanted to go light infused, like Cyclone. Or what is it called? Candace? Cadence? Cadence. That's the one. Burning Rage. I've been stuck on this build for several weeks now, trying every option I can think of. Oh, okay. I didn't recognize your name at first, but yeah. I gotcha. We've talked about that build. Build seems sweet. If I could easily try it out, I probably would. But I'd have to change so much. So I'm curious how the build actually feels. Every time I see footage of it, it seems like the proc rate is really slow. But, like, maybe it's just because I'm used to seeing orbs all over the screen, and it's actually, like, a ton of damage and doesn't matter. Which is what I feel like it is. But I haven't seen, like, a fully min-maxed in-game version. Gameplay. Forge gameplay. And yours looks pretty crazy. Let's see, belt and bracers. Alright, 762 evasion. Nope, rip. Alright, we got 786 evasion, bracers. Yo, Cabadan with the sub. Dude, I appreciate it, man. We didn't have an evasion one.
Kobodan just subscribed.
Hey, appreciate it, man. What was that? Elite damage reduction? Triple LE damage, shoulders. Maybe? I could use that. Nah, I'm not gonna use that. I'll either go evasion or attack speed, I guess. If I can't get fork chance in a reasonable amount of time. Which, we can debate what reasonable means. Legos? A triple area increase effect. Hmm. I guess I'll hold on to it. Maybe I'll play Burning Rage one day. I need the game to hook me up at some point soon. Raw damage retaliation. What? What is that? Rebound helm. Percent evasion bracers. Interesting. Oh, Swarter, man. Waking everybody up. We're all just chilling here, gambling. No big deal. These gnomes start coming out. Critical strike damage. Any good drops so far? Not for what I'm doing, but I have almost a bank full of stuff now. All kinds of different combinations. But no, I haven't upgraded my 2 rings, cape, or shoulders, which is what I'm looking for. In the ideal case, I have some decent backups, so I think I'm going to probably switch to the backups. Damn, what a bad forge run. So painful with 200% HP. Oh, man. You gotta do the dot build. Where you just scale all your damage off of the mantle, soul mantle, and do a bunch of dots so everything dies at the same rate. So Grabidar, what kind of build are you playing? Alright, 58 critical strike damage. Dang, I don't have a belt that has critical strike damage. Now I do. Shoulders, helm. Area increase effect. Oh, I do have that. 18.5, 19.5. Hey, upgrade. Alright, we got LE damage shoulders. LE damage shoulders. So yeah, I'm thinking about using these attack speed shoulders. Or just base shoulders, because they're going to be good no matter what. And I'll probably be able to use them on like every single build I do. So that'll probably replace these. Let's see, LE damage 508. 524, so that's better. And then what's this one? Raw damage and retaliation. So I'll just overwrite raw damage. I don't have a raw damage one. Well, gotta get rid of something. We're gonna get rid of one of these. Got too much stuff. That or the Temple Keeper one also scales off on their max life. Okay, use the Temple Reaper for the percent life. Nice. Playing Orb Explosions and Nova. That sounds interesting. Oh, and yeah, my other substitute gear. So that was my shoulders that I'm probably gonna have to switch to because I want to actually play the game. Rings, I have a 10% LE damage. And I thought I had another one. Did I brick it? Oh, and a 9.5%. Okay. So I have a 10 and 9.5. I could also go with 19% max life. It's only a 2 though. I go flat max life, I go movement speed. Ancestral strike damage is really good. Attack speed's okay. I guess ideally I would want base stats. So the percent LE is probably really good. So I'd use those two over these rebound ones. And then a cape. Probably max life. It's a lot of max life, and I don't have a way to scale max life currently. So I have some good substitutes, but I guess I'm gonna wait till I'm like, fully done with gambling for a while. So probably until the stream ends. Yeah, I found like all that stuff in like the last couple of days. I used to have all like one of every legendary. I just disenchanted all of them because Now I'm all about pure stats. If I didn't have pure stat, I don't care about it. I kept a couple pieces of legacy gear, but I'll probably just throw them away because would rather do things that still exist in the game than go the pure stat route. It's, in a way, it's the same thing. Like if you just get a double critical strike roll instead of 2 crit rolls, it's actually better. Because the whole thing was you could have a base crit, and then you could pick magic or rare as a crit, and then you could also have a crit as an epic stat. But I think I only had like 1 piece of gear that was like that. But epic stats are pretty small now for like percentage based stats. So you could just go a base stat that's doubled and it's like almost the same thing. And that gives you 2 extra free stats. Elite damage reduction 3. I wonder if they ever changed elite damage reduction. I mean, I don't really care about it. I'm never gonna like pick that pure stat over a different pure stat. But I'm curious if they ever fixed it to where if you got 100%. I'm assuming you can't get 100% anymore because you can't get 100% projectile area or melee. You can only get 75. So I'm assuming it also caps out at 75. Pretty sure it got nerfed with all the percent base stuff. Well, back in the day, it was still terrible. Because what it would do is it minus from the wrong number. I don't know if they ever fixed it. So if you go over here, and you're doing like this one, your elites do no extra damage, right? Because they're 0. So if you got 100% elite damage reduction, you would take 0 damage in here. But if you went to this one, they have 2500 increased damage. It would make it to where they only had 2400 increased damage. It would minus from this number instead of reduce this number by your percentage. I don't know if they fixed that, but it was terrible. Unless you're doing Wrath 1 or 0. So it's either just as bad as it's ever been, maybe worse because the forge scale is even higher, or they actually made it kind of good, but it's just elites, you know? If it stacked like additively with this, and I could get 42.5% elite damage reduction plus this, and I would take 100% reduced area damage from elites, then I'd be all about it, but that's not the case. I still don't think I would want it pure. Defensive pure stats besides base stats feel kind of weird. Like I could see going pure resist, pure evasion, pure armor, pure life, pure mana, but like pure all damage reduction seems kind of weak. I guess the game's also changed and you're like scaling these defenses, double dipping with stuff now. Where you can't really double dip anything with the reductions. If they do like a Diablo 3 monk in a set thing where you have reduction equal to your highest reduction, so you get 75 all damage and it would give you projectile and melee. That sounds like a knight thing. A new knight legendary. Make it a legendary. Legendary cape. Yep. Legendary cape for the knight. There you go. All damage reduction is equal to your highest all damage reduction. I guess legendaries are only knight legendaries if they have a knight skill involved. So it'd have to be like, well, Crest Shield is equipped. Your all damage reduction is equal to your highest area, projectile, or melee reduction. The triple mana on an epic stat? What? That's not what we like to see. Double epic though. I just realized I don't care about damage at all in this dot build. All that matters is how many dots get applied. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. If you get 5 dots, 25% of their HP, like, per second. Everything dies in 4 seconds? Sounds great. As you scale up HP, you don't have to worry about damage at all. You can just go full, like, tanky. Something about that is just, like, really appealing. Yeah, it's like a full cape build. It frees up so many things on gear, because you don't have to worry about crit, ancestral crit, crit bonus, crit damage. What else? Like damage over time. You just get to build like full defense, because nothing matters. Which is kind of funny. It's like probably a great Forge character. You just have to figure out the best way to apply it. It's like grappling hook, pull everything to you. It applies your like butterfly and skew or whatever, and then whirlwind to do an extra channel. I think it'd be busted with mage. Knight seems a little harder to me. Just because the mage you can go like 4 or 5 clones, or however many clones you can do, and then they all can channel the channel skill. I guess I don't know if that stacks. If 5 beams hit one target, that counts as 5 channels targeting, or just 1. Yeah, I feel like rate of obliteration might be the way, but I'm not sure. Then you get elites that have 2% health regen with only cape. Oh. Yeah, I guess if you pick those, as long as you have enough debuffs, it doesn't matter. Let me think about it. Because 2%, you would outscale 2% easily. And I think the highest is like 10% for non-elites. But you could always just not pick those if it wrecks you. 20 HP a second is crazy. What reinforced level is your cape? Or what percentage is it? .2? And how many debuffs do you have? 3? 4? With Knight, I think I had like 5. Sheesh. That's a lot. So that'd be 15, 16% HP a second. It really depends if each clone counts, or it's just like, this enemy's being hit by one channeled skill. And it just takes whatever channeled skill is the highest. That seems wrong, but... I guess the other issue with the build is you probably don't have a way... Well, no, you still have a way to... Well, you don't have a way to use, like, Thornbite, probably. So you can't just go full shield, but you can go full tanky. And just avoid everything or regen or something. So the whole item scales off of dots or channeled skills. So you can use like Whirlwind, you can do Poison if you're a ranger, you can do Ray of Obliteration as a mage. There's like a couple different Reapers that do dots. So you need to find the most amount of dots and channeled skills you can use at once with a high reinforce. Mana Reaper. Yeah, Ferocious Affinity and Staff of the Butterfly are probably the 2 I can think of. There might be another one. Oh, 4-chance shoulders. We found him. 13% instead of 11.5. Worth. Oh man, we got an upgrade. We can go fork if we want. Actual character upgrade. So now I need cape and 2 rings. We gambled and we got an upgrade, boys. Mage is insane. Yep. Oh, also if you can do Arcane Bond on Mage. If there's a way for your clones to apply it. Oh, what was that? Percent LE damage. Oh, that's enough. That's a good one. Probably won't. Well, I might use it. Depends on my crit chance and stuff looks like. I'll find a way. I mean, mage just sounds like a slam dunk with that belt. Or that cape, rather. Alright, boys. I think we're doing one more inventory of gambling. Then I'll have to call it a night. Get some things done. We got one 100% upgrade. One potential upgrade, depending on what I need. This is like a flex slot. I have one that has Ancestral crit chance. I have one that has percent LE damage. And I have one that has critical strike chance. So depending on what I need to scale. Because I currently have 2 stats that have crit to hopefully get 100% with these 2 and maybe some secondary somewhere. It's going to be the rebound for these 2, or at least this one, to get up to 18%. That fork is good. And this fork is pretty solid, but it's 25. I don't know if it's going to scale up quite well enough. But basically I'll find either a replacement for either one of, or if I find the ring first, I'd probably just roll with this, but if I don't, then I'll go until I get a ring. Also did the primordial version of the Reaper like as soon as possible when I swapped, so that could be part of it. Oh, of the Ferocious Affinity? Does that one affect it? Your Reaper damage goes to LE damage, and your mana gives you flat LE. I don't know. Nothing scales the item damage, so I don't know. No, butterfly. Oh, I forget what butterfly does. I can look, actually. Let's see. Butterfly primordial. What do we got here? We got, this is level 36 version, but movement speed, LE damage multiplier, so those don't matter. 5% LE damage for every negative effect on enemies in a 2-yard radius. Skills and primaries and secondary apply exhaustion on hit that deals damage over time. Ah, yes, okay. And then exhaustion also deals 3% of the enemy's max life as elemental damage per tick. I wonder if that scales. The base cooldown of your skills can no longer be below 2 seconds. Huh. It's funny because I think that Malediction doesn't override the bracers that are what is it? The bracers of the arcane master or something that makes it to where your arcanic orb can't be affected by things that up the cooldown and stuff like that. So you can get around the cooldown by doing orb and still cast at normal speed, I believe. And then you can cast sleeping powder that doesn't do anything. Okay. I mean, you get a free dot, right? Yeah, 3% of their base health is insane. It's like having 2 capes.
Oh, that's
I have to go to bed now.
actually.
Thanks for the stream
It's like a
and see you
mind of
some
its
other time.
Oh, Jesus.
Flavoy1 is now following.
Playboy1, appreciate the follow. It was fun hanging out. Good talking to you. Hope you have a good sleep. I'm about to do the same. Well, I'm about to log off and then get a few things done. So we got a Thorns helmet. Yeah, just another cape dot. I mean, that's pretty insane. But it's only for your LE damage, which is probably all the damage you're doing. Woo. Woo. What's funny about that combo is that that's existed since the beginning of the game. And like, I remember seeing someone do a dot build a long time ago. But at the time, there was no reason to do a dot build because you could either one-shot everything or you could wait like 4 seconds. And why would you wait 4 seconds? I feel re-motivated now that I got the shoulders that I can continue to go for other pieces. That's like the gambler's fallacy, right? You win a little bit, you think if you can keep going, you're going to keep winning. But in this case, I know I'll eventually get it. It's just, eventually it'll happen. Eventually this thing will roll as, like, magic. It'll roll a ring. The ring will have a magic or rare stat. The magic or the rare stat will be rebound. And then the magic or rare stat that's rebound will be above 90%. Like, it's eventually going to happen. It's just, if my mental fortitude can make it to that point. But in my case, I really will win. What? In my case, I really will win. Oh, the gambler thing. Isn't that part of it? Like, oh, I'm different. I'm gonna win. I guess, in this case, it's if I'm at the casino and it costs however many million to get this, right? But I can spend 1 minute working and get 1 million. And I have enough time to get the millions. So yes, in this case it's different and I'll get it. It's all about the mental fortitude. And I'm starting to have second guessing if I should put, maybe one should be reforged and one shouldn't. And it would be as if both have like a regular reforge. Or rebound, rather. Have you tried boosting your magic find yet? Not outside of this. I have 25% magic item quality. I definitely haven't been keeping track of the data to see how many greens, blues, and yellows and oranges I've been getting to actually know. Imagine more blues. I've had thoughts though where I should go down to the common and just try to get base stats. Whoa! 9.5% magic items quantity. I mean, I'll keep that. Maybe I'll put that on my gold finder at level 70 or something. Might be done farming gold until then. Hopefully I'm done until then. I don't know, I seriously considered farming like 1 billion. I mean, maybe after this I'll farm back up to like 500. Well, the highest I was at was 360, 365. So we're approaching 80 mil spent. You have a Lego neck with you, with that in your stash already, I think. Probably. Probably. Literally AFK and letting the clones do the thing. Yeah, and clones never despawn, right? My worst nightmare. I like the damage over time thing. I would hate the clone part of it. Flip it for good luck? Never. If there was some way that I could shoot a magic missile and put 5 dots on it, I would be happy. But since I have to cast another guy and the guy shoots the magic missile and applies the 5 things, I don't like it. Just do it with Whirlwind? Yeah, Whirlwind sounds great. It's just, by comparison, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it at all, for me. Besides, like, this character will have Void Arrow, and Void Arrow will have poison from the specialization. So that'll be a dot for free. And then I'll either be using this staff or I'll use the Ferocious Affinity. So I'll have 2 dots, just baseline. And I'll be happy with that. Because, I mean, I'll probably reinforce the cape to like 5%, and that'll be like extra 10% damage. And I'll still be doing all the other cool stuff I want to do. Let's see, do I have it? Yeah, magic item quantity. Quality. Quality? Quantity. Ooh. Now we got both. We have completed this set. Got the quantity and the quality. Alright, so we got Thorns, 262 on a helm. Thorns, 262. Ooh, so close. 265. Rip. You hate to see it. Alright, cool. I think that's gonna be it for the stream today. Let me see if anybody else is streaming this game. I highly doubt it, but just in case, you know, share the love and all of that. Let's see, share the love and all of that. Just me. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just gonna call it a night, guys. Thanks everybody for hanging out, chilling. Appreciate the sub, Cabadan. Appreciate the follow. Flavo1. yeah, we're gonna start actually building this character soon. Might do some more gambling off stream. See if I can, get something I'm perfectly happy with upgrading, and maybe actually put it into the Slurm Planner. See how my gear will scale as I get to plus 15 reinforce and beyond. See what stats I might be missing, and do it that way. Anyway, might actually be playing slash gearing a build next time, which will probably be on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, not tomorrow night, but the next night. Planning on streaming again, and